Trying to get YouTube chat up. Is this thing set right? Yes. Come on. Don't have time for this. There it is. What a pain. All right. My baby.
Share Curry says,
Curry, what's up?
oh dear me, what are you up to?
Oh. I forgot to do this. Give me 1 second here. I forgot. Please be okay.
Another person in line E8G says, looks like the corn palette.
Image. Huh.
Another person in line E8G says, hello true believers. Boom. Yes, Shikari. Yes, yes. This is what we are doing. Except I had a lot of technical difficulties starting, and I have to go in probably less than an hour. What are you doing, boy? But, B-U-T-T. We still get something done. First thing, what do we do? Let's get our green. Let's put the green here. Shikari, you don't need to do it like this. I'm just trying to get this in your head. This is limited palette. I had my colors for Dad's portrait, which would have worked for this, but this is easy, limited palette right here. That's not good, but who cares? Don't need a lot of black, but I'm going to put it down as a, you know, establishing my bounds, marking my territory. Like about 5 values. It's 1. This one. I don't need so much of the dark. Damn it! You know what? So I've been cleaning KB Tie 2GC
like a little bitch all
says,
week.
sup.
Sup? Why is this not working?
Another person
There
in
we
line
go.
E8G says, don't forget the sausage. Share
Why is
Curry
this not
says,
coming up?
Don't waste your time on my thing.
It's not a waste of time. I almost left. I've been cleaning all weekend because mom was gone, and it's the only time that I can get any cleaning done. Otherwise, it's overbearing. And so I am so tired. And I'm extremely accident prone too, I found when I get this way. It's actually a little bit alarming. It is alarming, yes.
Another person in line
It is
E8G says,
alarming.
congratulations again, Sheer Curry.
Yeah, that's awesome. We gotta make sure she does a good job. She doesn't screw this up. You gotta represent, I don't know. You'll get it. You got this. Just don't be nervous, okay? Don't freak out, okay? Do not freak. We can't have anybody freaking out.
Sheer Curry says, congratulate me when I get paid LOL. KB Tai 2GC says,
That's the right edge.
what's the news?
If you got a commission,
Another person in line E8G says, representing the pirate brigade of misfits that we are. Sheer Curry says, what was our company called again? The Painting Virgin Nerds?
so that
QFXYT
would make
says,
sense.
getting paid in pizza.
Need, man. Why is there
Sheer Curry
chunks?
says, or burritos.
Dude, why is my white always contaminated?
QFXYT says, if it not noodle burrito that's good pay.
It's the RGH, man. RGH is contaminated?
Another person in line E8G says, smooth mixing action Luth.
Thank you. There's chunks in the white now, just like there was with Michael Harding's. I'm having the freaking worst luck with paint.
QFXYT says,
Thanks.
odd Nerdrum would take those chunks and be happy about M.
Sure you would. But I'm not odd.
Sheer Curry
Since.
says, you should paint with acrylics.
Yeah, right. I don't want to paint with acrylics.
Another person in line
You got some
E8G
big
says,
nuts there.
I still have some of the Blue Ridge oil paint Komini Kremnitz white, seems to be holding up.
Nice.
KB Tai 2GC says, you should paint with poop.
You turn the music down. I know y'all can hear on YouTube. But it is loud on Twitch. What's up, boy? Saying hey.
Berk108 says, "Hey Maestro,
Sup? Sup? All right, that's probably enough.
Ow.
Where you have to be the hands. We're gonna make sure you do this right. I'm gonna do the one on the right. And God's hand, if you will.
QFXYT says, weird decision that God's hand is smaller than Adam's, don't get the logic.
Might be the angle of the camera, I think. That's what me thinks. Maybe. We go in monochroma. Cromatico, monocromatico, vabbè. Oh, that's not good. Monochromatico, vabbè. Okay. It's the wrist, tip of the finger, bottom of the finger, wrist,
Berk108 says,
bottom two
it was
fingers.
shocking for its time.
We can always shift things. The hell? What are you doing, boy? Thanks. Let me make this bigger. Oh, I'm gonna make that bigger for the stream. Wait a second. Let me zoom in.
QFXYT says, wasn't
NF.
portraying God at all kind of a no-no.
Was it? I don't know, maybe. This is bright. You are correct. The problem is if I'll have to restart the stream if I take this off. Let me see
Sheer
if I
Furry
can
says,
do something here.
I thought that was all they did. Another person in line E8G says, drawing some cows that I spotted about month and a half ago using charcoal.
Let's do here.
QFXYT says, Jesus yes but not God.
try that. And now,
Sheer Curry says. I think that's why he burned a lot of his art later.
oh, whoops.
QFXYT says. That was because it was shit and he was embarrassed how much he had to practice to become good.
Yeah, that's what I think too.
At least that's what they say. They, the men in black.
Sheer Curry says. I heard because everyone became Protestant too. Sheer Curry says. And they don't like flashy gay stuff.
Flashy gay stuff.
Almond the painter says. But ended up being the most gay LOL.
Well said, well said. Ah, yes. They tried not to be gay, but in the end, they were the gayest of them all.
Beark108 says. When they restored 16th chapel ordered by Polish Pope, they found out some subjects were different gender covered in clothes. Sheer Curry says. LOL. Sheer Curry says. Wait, what? Almond the painter says.
It's like in the
Sheer Curry,
Medici
you better
Chapel.
not look at an Orthodox Christian church then, haha.
It's like Michelangelo would just do a dude with like 2 apple tits, and that was a chick. It's awful. I don't know why he did that. It's horrible.
QFXYT says. Everyone in Florence clapped dude donut like they dropped the soap in jail. Sheer Curry says. I like the flashy stuff.
It's because you're gay, Rick.
Kidding. Where's the
Almond the painter says. Then come to an Orthodox Christian church. Sheer Curry says. I finally lost that Rick nickname. Beark108 says. Actually, you should paint it with tempera, not oil.
You should do a fresco, an actual fresco. Also trying to think of what's not going to kill Shikuri. Poor thing. Suffering too much. On the tombstone. I'm glad it was over. I'm glad that's over with.
QFXYT says. God, the censoring is utterly absurd.
Yeah, it is. I'm sick of that. Everybody knows I'm sick of it. We're all sick of it.
QFXYT says. Switching to Twitch.
Yeah, switch to Twitch. Do it. Well, I do. You know what? I might even try other platforms because they all piss me off. All of them.
Beark108 says. But I like how you painted, it's fast.
This is it might look like pretty impulsive, but I have a plan.
Another person in
Actually, I do
line
have a plan.
E8G says. For a mural, not a professional, but I would prep the wall with some of that Zern gesso stuff. QFX says. Finally I can be me.
And then he gets banned. He's out. He's out. It drops.
QFX says. How you liking your campaign? Share Curry says. Oh dear, look out for QFX.
What do you mean the campaign? You trying to piss me off again? Because it will definitely work.
QFX says. Wow story.
It's gay. And I hate it. And yesterday, I logged in briefly, and
Another
because
person in
I'm
line
so far
E8G
behind
says.
because I never play,
QFX's boobies are coming around. Almond the
and
painter says.
it kept on
To know about you folks, but I was tempted to day drink, again.
it kept on bugging out, and so I kept on getting disconnected, and every time I would, it would reset my progress. And the fifth time, I just said, "Screw this, I'm out," and I didn't log back in. That was yesterday. And I haven't had a lot of time to play because I've been, like I said, I've been cleaning.
Share Curry says. Why wait till night? QFX says. Blizz quality just a joke at this point XD.
Oh, it is. It's the absolute worst. It is such a shame. And the worst thing is if you look on the forums, there's a bunch of shills on there always protecting them, and it's just
Almond the painter
horrible.
says.
I think it's
Bingo,
Blizzard employees.
we are in the superior Europa after all. Another person in line E8G says. I cleaned all weekend, it's okay Ed. QFX says. Trailer looked good though, too bad in game doesn't look at all like that.
I mean, it never does. The game looks good, but it's just riddled with bugs, and then also they've gone woke, and I just don't like it. Like I said,
Share Curry says.
I
The
don't want
Netherlands
to
is a
be.
bit Europe light though.
I do not want to be doing it.
Share Curry says. Serbia is the real deal.
Serbia.
Beark108 says. Well, Michelangelo painted whole ceiling super fast, so he probably didn't spend so much time on this hand, but try to be on the floor and put easel above you lol.
I mean, they would do a giornata, so he had to do this within a day, right? Whatever he did. And it was not supposed to be detailed, but it looks beautiful from a distance. That's how you paint it. Frescoes are way different, and it also depends if the fresco is going to be up high, far
Almond the
away,
painter
or
says.
closer up.
Serbia is a place you can still buy a goat and a bazooka at 3 a.m. Beark108 says, it's really big. I'm sure you visited while staying in Italy.
Yes, yes, and it is huge. And that's the one thing, like, if you go up close, it's these giant brush strokes.
QFX says,
It's not even
never
as
moving
refined
on
as
from
this.
AC/DC, huh?
I
Sheer
guess
Curry
not.
says,
I guess not.
oh damn, you saw it.
Yeah. Get to go up. Well, I saw this, yeah, but like in Florence, you can actually go up in the Duomo, like up to the very top. And so to do that, there's a ring around the very top right before it's like the dome. So like you can stand up, look down at everybody else, and you're like 100, let's say, I don't know, um, like 30, 40 meters up. It's high. And then there's the dome that
Another
is
person
carving
online
around
A8G
like the
says,
ceiling, and so everything is
saw
just,
that they are cleaning the Sistine ceiling.
well, that'll take like 5 years. That's good. I mean, they need to, right? That's not right.
Sheer Curry says, oh Mike. Almond the painter says, I don't know why I felt more drawn to the painters who had a more slow but steady career. Almond the painter says, like Da Vinci and Michelangelo. Beark108 says, we was even better architect, engineer and sculptor. This fresco stuff was just a side gig.
Yeah, he was amazing. He didn't want to do this. He wanted to be sculpting. And you know what's funny is that for years people thought that like he didn't know what color was. Like recently, in the 80s and the 90s. But then what happened was, I think actually 80s, early 90s, they did a restoration. They hadn't restored the Sistine Chapel for like hundreds of years, and so all that incense was rising up. And if you look at pictures before, you'll see very dirty, it's just like brown. Everything's brown. So they said, well, he was a sculptor. He didn't know color. They restored it. It was just like more colorful than any other fresco at that time. They're like, oh my gosh, he's good. It was kind of funny. And guys, y'all have to remind me to move this chat here. You have to do my stream for me. So let me move that because that chat is going right over these hands. These fingers here. Y'all have to say, move this, idiot, move. There we go. Right there. That's better. Now, I'm essentially using two values, and yeah, I'm moving two values. Now,
Beark108 says, yeah, exactly, there's cool documentary about it.
now I need to try to get these, get everything correct here, right? That's what we need to do. So you can kind of blend this, and then we'll worry about the values afterwards. Because this isn't still far from accurate. It really is. It's very far from accurate. There. And then
QFX says,
okay, so that's
at least you noticed.
there. Okay. So this is what I'm talking about. We want to see these negative shapes. So negative shape is very important with hands as well. Right? Here, let me fix this because I didn't really go up top. Pointing in.
Another person in line E8G says, also let's not forget the older old guys like Cimabue, Donatello.
Donatello's freaking awesome. All right, so Shakuri, here's the thing. Like, look at his hands. Most people would like this angle's off. It's just blocked in, but okay, specifically right here. Always ask yourself with fingers, what angle are those going at? So like if you had to draw a line, a long line through, this angle right here would be coming that way just a little bit. This one to here, right? This to here, and then use this negative shape, the background. And then you can see this piece as a whole, which mine is too thick, which makes sense because you have, okay. You have this, which I think needs to go that way, but I might be wrong about that because here's the thing. So what you got to keep in mind, this piece right here needs to make sense coming down here, right? It's coming down, so this point here, that point would be correct. So if this point's correct, then this piece comes in that way some, right? And that would probably make sense because I think this is too wide right here, but then we need to make sure that this is going the right angle, which if I'm looking, going to the angle is just taking this point to here. First off, the drawing's not correct, but we just need to make sure that my angle is not going too far up like that. It should be coming like that. So these are the things that I'm thinking when I'm doing a painting.
Fingers are just so freaking weird to draw.
They are weird, but that's why I'm telling you, you have to know how to break them down, and that's how you break these things down, right? So I'm trying to fix this angle, and then so that's coming down, and then it puffs out, and then it kind of comes down. So here, and then let's keep this where it is, but bring this over that way some, because I brought it that way, but I think it was a mistake, okay? Another thing you can do is plumb line up and see where this point's going through up top. So this point right here coming up,
at least it's one off-toes body parts that you can easily check on your own body.
And then you can see this. this line to this line. And this definitely, when you look at it that way, this definitely comes in some. And it's coming in at this angle right here. Here. That's it. Okay? And then this next one, the angle's coming down like this, and it's coming in some. I'm coming back, renewing the brush. And then this piece right here cuts off, and the fingers are going to get a little bit longer. Okay? So, and then this finger goes over some that way. All right? And if we need to bring them back, we can. You know, I sometimes, I'm not always right with this stuff. There. Okay, now let's go in with this part right here. Assuming this is correct and this is coming down here, this angle is coming out about here. This piece is here, and then there's this point coming like this about to that point there. And then let's mess with the shadow
QFX
shape.
says, can you really bring something back if it was never there?
Huh? I mean, I think you're on crack again. All right, and then this light shape here.
QFX says,
This thick
I
thickness
wish.
Here. What angle? It's coming kind of like that. So we're thinking angles. How long, right? Something like that. And then this piece, it kind of comes like that, right? And we'll keep on shaping it. We're just trying to get these big basic parts in, right? There. And then this piece goes to here, and then this angle right here is almost dropping straight down. It kind of curves, something like this. Do you see what we're doing? And then we got to step back and we have to look at it afterwards.
Beark108 says, is that raw umber? God
No.
is not a pussy on that painting, muscles like Johnny Rambo,
Oh yeah.
looks great so far, strong fingers.
God could kick anybody's ass. He made strength, for crying out loud. He literally made it. Most people are like, look at me, I'm flexing on Instagram. Look at me. All right, stepping back, so and then we just continuously try to correct what we've done, right? This needs more of a knuckle. So I'm going to give it a little bit more. That might be too much. I can always bring it in. Get some, as I got to go in a second. It's the last of the white. A little more marks in here, and then I gotta wrap this up. Let's step back and look. Okay, so these fingers right here need to be down some, just a little bit. Just stepping back and looking, I could tell that. Y'all could probably already see it because I'm not too smart today. I'm just gonna drop some. It just gets a little bit bigger. All right. And then let's do this. Let's close that gap with the pinky in the brain. So the pinky actually starts this way here, and then it kind of drops down like this, and then it's going to be on par with these right here. So this is where it should be, like the bottom should be, something like that. And this is basic, right? Something like that, and then we'll cut it in again. And yes, QFX, see this, I say again because I brought this out that way.
It's pretty interesting, it has a brown outline.
Yeah, it does. And they he did that on purpose because your eye is supposed to blend that at a distance, squint way down, and it just becomes another plane. See, painting frescoes at a different distance is way different than painting an oil paint that's going to be seen a little bit closer up. All right, so that cuts in. At what angle? It should be kind of coming up like this or in like this. And then this angle is kind of crazy. It kind of drops straight down here, but at kind of a
QFX
angle
says,
like that, just a little bit.
you squint those eyes like I unskinned my donut behind Wendy's.
Something like that, but this needs to get a little bit longer. It needs to drop some. That drops just a little bit. And I need to get the shape because this kind of like it's very general right now, so this isn't quite correct.
Eric108 says,
And from here, let's bring this.
Michelangelo just painted everyone like they all worked in marble mine with sledgehammer for 20 years.
Yeah.
Sheer Curry says,
Tough guy.
That donut is so stretched it doesn't squint anymore.
Well said, Shikuri. Well said.
Sheer Curry says, he painted women very masculine too.
Yeah. Okay, there. Squint down. And we could go with the details with and all that stuff, but I'm not going to do that quite yet. This piece right here, I'm going to bring it over just a little bit. There's a little bit of an accent, kind of pushes out some. This kind of comes in and then it kind of pushes out a little bit here, but we got to keep on looking at this negative shape. There. All right, and just to finish this, I'm gonna pick this up again, like probably before it's dry, but I can't finish it right now because I have to go. But do you get the idea with this? This is how you go about. Look at the small angles. Okay, this angle is going at this like that, and then this one is going like this, except up just a little bit. There. And you step back, it should work, and then we need to work on the top piece a little bit, but that's okay. Worry about that later. I'm not going to detail this. But you're thinking about
Sheer
angles,
Curry
and then you're
says,
stepping back and looking at all
how
the
do you
things.
even do this that fast?
This? First off, that's not what she said, but it's practice. It's total practice. Now, here's the thing. This thing needs to drop
Another
down some because
person
if
in
you're
line
looking at this.
E8G says, fingers looking skinny.
Yeah, it is. Like I said, and it doesn't take much to fix it, but here's the thing. I'm also refraining from detailing it too much right now because we're trying to place it. If I detail this, what
QFX
happens?
says, fastest burrito in the States.
And then let me work, like you're working the edges, but you don't just want to think you're filling it in. You want to think correcting the drawing and seeing the big shape. Like how can this enhance what you've already done? Right?
Another person in line E8G says, probably lots of bargu torture.
I mean, you gotta. It's practice. It's practice, and that's why I'm showing you guys this. Hands are hard, man. They're hard for anybody. It just is what it is. This thickens up some. Like, oh shit, dude, I almost handed myself the brush and going in the wrong direction. Like, what is wrong with me? Like, I've been running into things and like tripping, and I I don't know what's
QFX
wrong.
says, if you were at FAA for 30 years you could do it too.
Shut up. Here,
Sheer Curry says,
song.
don't crash your car.
I'm a very good driver, but it's more of like moving my body. It's just weird. I've never been accident prone before, and I've just been like so dumb recently. I don't know. Like I keep on like I'll be stubbing my toe on things now, and like I think I overworked myself cleaning. I mean, I was like cleaning so much, and so in my head I'm like cleaning's not hard,
QFX says,
but then I felt
what
like
do you mean
I was beaten
recently?
up at. Um, I mean, I'm coordinated, but right now I'm not. It's weird. Anyway, like it's very weird. I have a friend who's accident prone. This must be how she feels. I always made fun of her. I'll continue to make fun of her, but
QFX says,
it's a piece
I
of
thought
insanity.
this was the status quo.
I know where you were going with that, jackass.
Sheer Curry says, it happens with age.
I think I'm having a breakdown. I'll be honest with you. It's like touch that everybody's like, oh my gosh, it looks so cool.
QFX says, bro is only half my age but way clumsier.
Bro is only half my age. You're older than me?
Another person in line
You're not older
E8G
than me.
says, all your muscles are becoming a liability and then you accidentally bump into stuff.
But I really think it's
QFX
because I was
says,
cleaning all week.
yeah, I'm 65. Sheer Curry says, of course QFX is 80. Almond the Painter says, nothing a sauna and a charcuterie board evening can't fix.
This obviously
Beark108
that was
says,
great.
if you just leave as it is it would looks better than 90% of attempts I've seen so far. QFX says,
Eh,
my burrito
good.
looks like I'm 100 though. Decaru Seminarian Roki 1M says,
This is
Louis Guidetti
the
best
worst.
viewers streambo.com, remove the space.
I'm trying to figure out how to ban it, but I don't have time.
Sheer
Guys,
Curry says,
I have got to go.
your burrito must feel 700 with all that use.
I have to go, but I'll leave the stream up for a second while I clean. Okay? While I clean. While I clean. Shall I leave the stream up? Shakuri, this is the blocking, right? This is,
Another person
I'll
in line
fix it. It's
E8G
just,
says, I think anyone who goes into art has a hard time bumping into stuff accidentally. QFX says, it's got mileage for 5 lifetimes.
it's cleaning, man. I was cleaning all weekend long, all weekend. Like I didn't even come in here because Friday I was like, okay, I need to get. I was cleaning all Friday, Saturday, half of Sunday, cleaned half of yesterday, and it was like intense. Like I just go, and around the end I was just
Another
running into
person in line
things,
E8G says,
frantic.
but Louis has probably been this way since he was a kid.
Oh, I'm coordinated. See? You know who's coordinated is him. Oh, the raw. Anyway,
Share
Shikari,
Curry
this is.
says, I am so clumsy when I'm nervous, which is a lot.
I can see that, but I'm not even nervous. I'm just like clumsy. It's the weirdest thing, man. It's like I have stubbed my toe, hit like I'm talking about 3, 4 times in a row within like a minute. I've never been this way. Look at you. Yes.
QFX says, sounds like you're nervous in arena a lot.
I'm level 83 and I don't even
Share
want to
Curry
do any of
says,
this. I hate it.
did you piss off a wizard?
Ah, Shikari, good question. I pissed a wizard off and my life hasn't been the same since. Ah, there. Boy, what are you doing, boy?
Share Curry says, I bet there are Wiccans with blue hair in WoW.
Yeah, I'm sure there are too. There's a lot of blue-haired pronoun beasts all over the place, especially ones designing that game right now. Freaking horrible. Sick of it. It's like a religion with them. To force everybody else into it. I'm not against religion at all. Not at all. I'm Catholic. But I don't try to freaking. That's fine. Take that one. Just adding these to my old colors because they actually look exactly the same as the ones that I did without using a limited palette. I'm extremely close if you were looking at this. It's working. It's working. There you go.
Beark108 says,
Boom.
sign of the times.
Sign of something, man. They're stupid. I'm
Another
just
person
tired
in
of it.
line E8G says, no shame in being a clumsy, but when I was in the submarine, if you were not careful, everything was made of steel.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. Now, I think so. I came in here today and Dad was sitting actually. You can see where we're sitting. We're sitting. I think y'all can see. There were two chairs right there, and I was sitting on one with my legs on top of him, like just going across. And I was just.
QFX says,
I couldn't
bet
move.
dude
I was just
spread
so
some
tired.
serious donuts on the sub.
Spreading donuts. I'll have to bring this one up to Brian and say, hey, you should do a donut spreading painting. Your sailors below deck idea.
Another person in line E8G says, it's an honorable thing continuing your vow of celibacy. Share Curry says, seaman. QFX says, how does he come up with this gay sailor stuff?
Because he's gay. I don't know.
Share Curry says, LMAO but for chair.
Just keep it coming. Just keep it coming. What do I give you? I give you gold here. And what do I get in return? Ah. I'm trying to move as minimally as I can so I don't hurt myself. Literally never been this clumsy in my entire life. I think my body's breaking down. I think that's what it is. This has to be what's. That's the
QFX
only
says,
explanation.
bunch of swole brothers on deck. Another person in line E8G says, LOL.
Swole donut dudes. What are you doing? I got you, boy. I've been bad at feeding him this afternoon. What's she doing? Don't undo those shoes.
Sheer Curry says. A hole is a hole in the dark.
In the dark, it doesn't. It's not gay if it's in the dark. No wiser words have ever been said, Shukri. A hole is a hole in the dark.
QFX says. What happens in the dark stays in the dark. QFX says. Especially in the army.
The Navy.
Sheer Curry says. Those seamen get lonely.
That must be pretty lonely to go that far. I was lonely. A solution to loneliness, man. I'd choose loneliness any day. Freaking used to it in here. That's why I have the
Another person in
mannequins to
line
keep me company.
E8G says.
Talk
Good looking hand Luth.
Thank you. The block in. It's a beautiful block in.
QFX says. Did you see that huge submarine? Macron held a speech in front of LMAO. That thing was as long as my neighborhood.
No, I don't think I saw it. All right. So what's going to happen? When the brushes be back, and then we got to go.
Another person in line E8G says. They allow some in submarines now. I've heard stories, wild stories.
Haven't we all? I'll be right back, guys. I'll leave the stream on. Owen, I'll be right back, all right? Stay there. I'll be right back.
Sheer Curry says. Tell them.
Keys, yes.
Another person in line E8G says. I mean, they allow women in submarines. Sheer Curry says. They should. Another person in line E8G says. Let's just say those submariners no longer have to wait to get back to land before having a good time. QFX says. There's some serious front donut spreading gonna go on. Beark108 says. I was at the Air Force, most women were lesbian. Another person in line E8G says. I wish women were allowed when I was there. Cher Curry says. Were you there in the 1800s? Another person in line E8G says. Cher Curry, women were only recently allowed in submarines in the US Navy recently, probably 10 years ago.
Thank you. Yeah. Let me see. We got. That is, yeah. Nice section.
Another person in line E8G says. Yeah, feels like it was in the 1800s. Cher Curry says. I think you told me before. It's crazy. Another person in line E8G says. I feel like I'm 200 years old. Cher Curry says. Me too.
Tell her that you spoke to me. Number is 36. 407. 462.
QFX says. At least you guys aren't actually 65.
Very, very long. Why walk?
Okay, perfect. I hope you have a great day.
Hey, you too, Madison.
This is really, you sound like we're good business
What about commissions? Yeah, I do.
I mean, I have a business card, just whether or not I have one left.
Cher Curry says,
Oh, well, you know, I
with a
mean,
700-year-old sausage.
How long did you live here? Like, have a great day. Okay? Thank you.
Take care.
Bye.
all right, what? All right, guys. All right, okay. We are back. We are back. We are back. Did I miss
QFX
anything?
says,
Are we banned?
it used to be a wiener, but now it's a mini weenie.
Don't know what you're talking about, but it makes perfect sense for this stream. There you go. What time is it? 15. I got this. I wish I could stream longer. I can't. Ugh. Whatever it is, I just need just a day, week. All right, guys. Y'all are awesome. I'll finish this later. I'll finish it later. I'll see you guys.
Another person in line E8G says,